So I'm wondering if we're going to get choppy audio or video this time around, because seems to be stable. Not sure. Let's hope. All right. I bought this cheap little dollar store tripod for my roommate, because she does online card readings and such. Unfortunately, the youngest of the house, the 5-year-old, has developed a bad habit of, taking things apart, stealing things. He stole 2 of the little hand screw bolts out of it. So let's see what we got to replace this with that might be the correct size. Okay, so we do have to. Do they have to be that long? That one does. Make this thing usable again. And I'm not sure if this one does or not. Yeah, it does. I don't think it needs to be long, but there. Now it's usable again. But need a screwdriver to set it. Alright, that was an easy fix. What else we got? Got into a conversation a couple days ago on the internet. A live stream I was watching. I was chatting with the hosts. And mention came up of sewing. Well, I mentioned it, but came up in conversation in the context of underwear. I idly mentioned I'm over 50. I still have underwear that I had in high school. It still fits too, surprisingly. It turns out, through the conversation, the term came up. The underwear of Theseus, as in the ship of Theseus. Because of sewing, the number of times I've repaired or replaced parts of these underwear. One of them asked, is it like the ship of Theseus now? And I was like, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, it pretty much is. So I now have the underwear of Theseus, and no, I'm not going to show it to you. I am, however, going to take a break from the kilt project right now for various reasons. One is just driving me nuts. And 2, I have no idea when. May or may not be getting paid for it. So let's lay out my Halloween costume. See what kind of repairs any parts of it might need. There it is. It's not as old as it looks. Well, it's period correct for 1750s or 60s, I think. Just put you over here so you can see. No. I suppose as good as that's going to get. Just for the moment. Bits. What do we got here? We have a waistcoat that has been variously repaired over the years. Just over the years I've had it. I've had it since 2017. I'm going to have to look up what film it was from, but it is a film industry costume piece. See if I had to repair a seam there before. When I got it, there was a big rip down the back. Had to repair that. It is very well put together. Very well built. I know there's a stain on it, but you know, for the age of the piece, I mean, pretty sure that film it was in, yeah, there's a stain right down there. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's a darker patch. So that is intact. These suspenders are intact. Not the greatest, but they're intact. Linen is not a good material to make suspenders out of, I don't think. The pants. Now, I've had to modify and repair these a number of times. Had to repair the back seam there, where the lacing goes up. I'm going to have to, well, I did have to replace a couple of buttons. I'm going to have to replace a couple more. There's one in particular that's missing. There it is, right there. Yeah, there's a spot there that's missing a button. There's a spot there that's missing a button. So I'm going to have to replace those. Otherwise, they are reasonable. None of the seams are pulled. The ones that were pulled and have been restitched and repaired. There's a rip, little tiny rip in it right there. But this will be third Halloween in a row I'm using this costume. So I just have not had the presence of mind or wherewithal to come up with anything new. Well, a little bit this time, but there is the shirt. Let me lay this out for you. This one I made, and it is period correct again. Used a period pattern. But there is the shirt that I made out of what I had to hand at the time, which was bed sheets. I was made out of a bed sheet when I switched to a queen size bed from a double. That's how long ago that was. Yeah, the shirt I made about 2016, 2017, I think. Looks good. Pattern on the sheets matched the period, so there's that. Next step in this. These things. And we're going to take this Ming the Merciless Evil Queen collar, add that to the mix. We're going to take our hat that we recently finished. I'm going to add that in. Between those two, let's get the right one off of the dummy here. We're going to put a plague mask. So he's going to be a plague doctor. How do you think that's all going to look together when we top it off with a demi cloak? Nice one. I think that's going to look good. So I'll lay all that out on, well, I'll replace the button, I'll do little repairs, then I'll lay it all out on the table to show you, and I'll lay it up on the dummy to show you. Okay, talk to you next time.